Kerala, God's own country. And you realize this, how apt this title is, a big title to hold true to. But the moment you land foot in this city, in this state of our country, you realize what a magical place this is. And I have experienced it firsthand. The beauty of Kerala, you can barely put into words. In this video, I would try to summarize a very memorable trip to this place. And I would like to break down how completely overwhelmed I feel right now, almost reaching the fag end of my trip today. So this was a 6-night and a 7-day trip that we had planned. We started from Delhi. We took the flight and reached Kochi airport at about 11ish in the morning. And that was when our magical journey began. It was even elevated by a masterstroke decision that we made, that was to hire our own self-driven car. All the details and the links to how all of this has to be done, what all has to be contacted, will be in the description box and shall be covered in my further videos. So this was the EVM wheel car that we took, and then we started on our onward journey to discover this paradise. And oh boy, were we disappointed? Not even a little. Were we surprised? At every turn, at every nook and corner of this beautiful, beautiful state of our country. So we headed towards Athirapalli. That was the first stop on the day of our arrival in Kerala. Now that journey again was very awe-inspiring, and once you reach your place, your destination, Athirapalli Falls, the majestic falls, such a grand view of those falls we had from a stone's throw. I was literally, it was across my hotel, and this beautiful property was the Flora Misty. It is quite famous, and rightly so. We took the panoramic suite, and it was the views, I tell you, were breathtaking, were spellbinding. And we stayed there for one day. We thoroughly enjoyed it. The property, the food, the interiors of my villa. I had my own jacuzzi overlooking the waterfalls. And, sometimes you fall short of words. That is what I experience right now. So it was a memorable trip. And all the details of the hotel, the route and everything shall be attached in the description box and shall be following in my further videos as well. After spending a very wondrous day here on this property, we headed on our scenic journey. So this was a trip where we hadn't prepared for a road trip on this trip of ours. But wow, what a gift! It was not just the individual destinations that we were covering, but the beautiful trip, the road trip that we were gifted to. We couldn't thank our stars enough for it. Now we were headed towards Munnar. Oh my God, I take the name and I just feel overwhelmed. I don't know how many people have talked about it before, but Munnar is just Swiss. It is just Switzerland. It's just picture perfect. Why I say this? Because Switzerland has been so much elevated, has been, raised to another level of its natural beauty. But Munnar, yes, it is almost beating it, I would say. We stayed at a lovely property that was about 35 minutes from the main Munnar city. That was the Grand Cliff Resort. That was our first stay here. That was the first property we stayed in Munnar. And I'm saying this because we changed it. We just wanted to experience, we had heard wonderful reviews about these properties and we wanted to explore the both, and we weren't disappointed. Grand Cliff was beautiful in its own way. We had booked the night's bungalow And even now, when I reminisce the beautiful views that I had from my room, from literally my bed, I am just filled with so much of joy and so much of nostalgia. It was beautiful. It was just worth a visit. And then they offer a multitude of activities there, and there are beautiful pools and all kinds of rooms. So it is a good property. You will love the view of the tea plantations around. There's a Leshmi tea estate there, and they take you on a visit there as well. And so it was a wonderful stay. And then I think the most hidden gem that we discovered, which we weren't expecting. Honestly, all this that I have so far I enumerated to you, there was a level of expectation that I had, and it was completely fulfilled. But this part, this hidden gem, this road trip that we discovered from the Grand Cliff Resort in Munnar to the Spice Tree Resort in Munnar as well. This is a lovely forest retreat, a very quiet, beautiful boutique property that is there in Munnar as well. And then the road journey that we had, oh my God, it was an unforgettable experience. The beautiful roads and 5 shades of green around you, just flanking your sides, and beautiful lakes coming along the way. It was just an unforgettable experience. We weren't prepared for it, and it was just like God is just gifting us with these views. And after this mesmerizing journey of about that was a short journey. It was just about 45 minutes. So we made it to our other boutique property at Munnar, and it was lovely as well. Beautiful private pool villa we had there, and we had a whale of a time there. The food was very well curated, and all the charms of a quiet luxury retreat, jungle retreat, and we loved it. And now was the time to embark on, after the waterfalls. You realize in this short trip we had such a diverse landscape of Kerala to explore. There were these huge, beautiful, majestic waterfalls. There was another one on the way on my journey, Chirappa waterfalls, and quite a few which I'll gradually mention, but I'm just speaking about my highlights here. From the waterfalls, I'm coming to the tea plantations, which absolutely took away my heart. And then now I'm going to reach the backwaters. I was driving towards Kumarakom. This is where I'm stationed right now. Now if this is not heaven, then I do not know what is. Because the calm, the serenity and the peace that completely gives you a bear hug the moment you are here. It just transports you to another realm, and you know that now you are safe and cozy and very well loved. So these backwaters, I am at the Coconut Lagoon right now as I talk, CGH Coconut Lagoon, and it is a beautiful heritage property, and it is by the lakeside, the Vembanad Lake. And as you can see behind me, with these water lilies blooming, and with the beautiful pleasant weather. And yes, I should not forget to mention the weather of Munnar. That just elevates the experience to another level. And yes, coming back here, a very soulful experience, very relaxing, almost makes you forget, any other worry or tension or anxiety in your head. And you go for your voyages. They take you through the interior canals and the backwaters, and then you just forget that the time just stops for you, and you realize, why do you take time out for vacations? It's moments like these, moments of absolute bliss, and that is when you can just you can be nothing else but utterly thankful. So in short, I've tried to break down my beautiful trip. This was a birthday trip, I should not forget to mention, and oh boy, was it memorable. It was unforgettable. My trip, my way. I hope you liked it, and you must plan this trip sooner than you can.